What's up, all you horror movie loving fuckers? I'm Jay, and welcome to another episode of Triple FMK, where we watch the horror movies and I tell you whether or not we'd rather fuck it, marry it, or kill it. And on this episode, we're covering a 2023 Shudder original called From Black. But as you can all see, shit is a little different tonight. I got me a guest over here. I got Dylan, aka the original OG fuckhead for the Triple FMKs. And if you don't know, a fuckhead is a follower of the Triple FMK family. So if you are following the Triple FMK, you fall into the fuckhead group. But Dylan is the number one, very first one, OG fuckhead. What's up, Dylan, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a bit of a slow day, rough day at work, but it's good. It's looking up, I guess. All my kids are in bed and everything's good. I got my Budweiser. We're gonna
Hey,
talk about a horror movie.
fuck yeah, I got the Gentleman Jack right here. So we're gonna dive on, we're good to go. Budweiser, Gentleman Jack, the kids are away, so the grown-ups will play.
Sort of. My wife's on kid duty right now, so if you hear the
Uh-oh.
kids,
Hey,
that
that
she's on it.
don't even worry about it. If we hear the kids in the background, that just means, like I told you earlier, we get to call this a family-friendly show. So, you know.
Oh, well, family, not so family friendly,
Oh
but
yeah, definitely not family-friendly, but hey, we're gonna roll with it anyway. But you're the first guest of me winging this Triple FMK thing, and I appreciate you coming on, getting ready, be willing to sit here and talk some shit about some horror movies with me. I definitely appreciate it.
well, I was super excited when you asked me, man. I was I basically jumped off my chair. I like you said, I'm the first official fuckhead. I popped that cherry. So when I was asked, I was like, fucking right, I want to do that. So
Yep, because whenever me and John had talked about making it his own podcast, and he was taking his hiatus because, like I said, him and Joe's got a lot of moving and family stuff going on, and you're one of the first names he told me. He was like, "Hey, Dylan, he's a big horror fan." So, and I was like, "Yeah, definitely." I want to reach out to some of the ones that have been in the Spread the Dread Discord, and you were the first one that I said I want to bring on here with me because, like I said, you are the official OG fuckhead. So
yes, sir.
I'm
We need
definitely.
t-shirts.
I know it. I already told my wife Jess. I was like, I gotta get some shirts or something going because I want something where, it has something to do with the fuck kids, the Triple FMK and stuff like that. So we're gonna look into something like that. But yeah. So for the ones listening, I appreciate you all jumping in here, taking a ride in the shit show with us. Once again, I appreciate the views from last week. If you popped in, if you listened, commented, or anything like that, I appreciate it. Uh,
Running up on that lamb.
hey, Lamb was a good one. I was surprised by Lamb. Lamb came out of nowhere for me because I honestly thought I would be like, I'm gonna fucking kill this thing before it ever started. And I was
Yeah,
I was
yeah, I was the same way.
yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by it. And I will tell anybody that is definitely a go watch it and check it out. So I was a big fan of that one. And I got to tell you, I went back and rewatched Baskin. And I know on the other episodes, the past episodes of Spread the Dread, we did an episode on Baskin, and I fucking killed the shit out of it. I talked
Oh my
shit.
God, did you ever?
Yeah, I talked shit about it. And then after, talking to John and messaging you a little bit, I was like, you know what? Let me go back and watch it again. And I went back and watched it. And so I'm it's my show, so I can do what I want. I'm gonna change my rating on fucking Baskin to a fuck now. Because originally
Fair.
I killed
I
it. And
like
I
it.
and I went back and I listened to it and I watched it again. I was like, it made more sense to me because y'all kind of explained some shit to me. And so I went back to it and I was like, you know what? It's I get it now. I kind of understand how shit goes. So now I am upping my rating from a curb stomping kill to it's a good, it's
Oof.
a fuck. It's a fuck. So I talk shit and I hated on you because I was like, what the fuck, Dylan? You gave me this piece of shit to watch. But hey, I watched it again. It made more sense to me. I liked it a lot more. So it's actually I'm a horror poster movie collector. And it's now
Yeah.
one of the horror movies I've ordered that I'm waiting to come in the mail now as a poster just for Baskin.
Oh, the artwork for the poster is really cool. That's one of the things that drew me to the movie in the first place. I was like, oh, cool.
Yep, it was
I'm
definitely.
I'm all about visuals, right? Like I like
Mm-hmm.
good visuals in movies.
Yep, and that one it definitely changed my mind on it when I went and watched it the second time. Because there's movies out there, and I'll tell people, sometimes you do have to give it a second chance. You can't, and because I was killing it because that was the first time I seen it, killed the shit out of it. But like I said, totally redeemed itself the second time I watched it, so I wasn't mad. So
I'm glad you gave it another shot.
oh, I definitely did. I had to after y'all talked about it with you and John. I was like, well, fuck, I guess I need to give it another whirl. But so tonight we are covering 2023 horror film. It's a Shudder original. So if you don't have Shudder, you're missing out. Shudder's got a lot of good stuff. Well,
Yeah,
this one is
$5. It's not that
$5 a
much.
month. Like some of y'all waste that money on just random bullshit. So
I
$5 a
bet
month.
you everyone here wastes about $2 a day on coffee. So
Oh yeah, between my coffee and cigarettes and caffeine,
yeah,
it's $5 a month, and you get access to a lot of Shudder original movies and a lot of just regular movies. And this one is a 2023 called From Black. It is directed by, and I've told you on previous episodes, I butchered the fuck out of names. Thomas Marchesi.
ooh,
Once again, I can't fucking pronounce it, but y'all get what I'm saying. Directed by Thomas Marchese, written by Jessup Flower, and also Thomas Marchese. And like I said, this is currently playing on Shudder. If you have Shudder, $5 a
yeah, and
month.
brand new.
Yeah, brand new. And like I said, if you enjoy horror, it's $5. And they have a ton of like the older stuff, and that's one of the things I like about them. They have a lot of older type horror movies that you may not come across on like your normal Amazon and not, a lot of the other streaming services.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump into this one. I want to let you kind of give me the storyline of what you thought, how you thought it went, as far as give us the layout of like how this thing kicks off and kind of talk us into it.
All right. So it basically starts off and it's a cop interviewing this woman and she looks awful, like she's been through she's been through a lot in the past at least 24 hours. She's covered in blood, and later on you come to find out that this cop is actually the girl's sister. Um and she's saying that this was the only way to get him back. And then you go to a flashback. So basically this whole movie is this girl explaining to her sister what happened, and then you find out that this girl that came in, her name Cora,
who is played by Anna Camp. And if anybody knows anything, the movie's Pitch Perfect. I'm a fan of those movies.
Yeah, I knew I recognized her from somewhere.
Yep, she was in the movies Pitch Perfect, and that's where I recognized her from. And so she was in those. Anna Camp, it plays Cora in this movie From Black.
Yeah. And Cora, you find out, used to be a meth head, I guess.
Fucking druggie.
Yeah, straight up druggie and a fucking shit parent to boot. You find out that she had a son and his name was Noah.
Yep. Noah was played by Eduardo Campriano.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to pronounce that shit again. That was a one and done.
Campriano. So you find out that she had a son and her son is missing. And that's the beginning of it. You find out that she lost her son. And because of that, now she's in this grief counseling group about losing things. I don't know if it's necessarily a drug counseling group or if it's all people that lost kids.
Yeah, I think it was just for people who have lost kids or loved ones close to them, like a grief group, I guess is what you would call it, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're all kind of talking, and she shares for the first time, telling everyone how she lost her kid, and she had basically passed out on drugs. And he ran out the door while she was sleeping with her little druggy boyfriend.
Yeah. And that kind of goes back to when I first started watching it. I was like, it kind of goes back to, I've never been in this position. I've never lost a child close to, or nothing like that. So it gives you this idea of like a parent who loses a child. And
Worst fear ever.
yes, I can't even comprehend what would go through your mind or what your reaction would be to something like that. And so it kind of shows you a parent who has lost a child, and then it
Yeah.
also gives you how far would you go
Yeah,
to
yeah, that's a
yeah, how
great way to
far,
do.
what are you willing to do if you had the chance to bring him that child back? And that's what this from Black is kind of it goes towards, is how much this mother's willing to do, Cora, to bring back Noah.
Yeah.
And that's where when you talked about the group she was seeing, and in this group talking about like lost loved ones and stuff like that. And that's where she ends up coming and meets with, I think his name was Abel, the older dude.
Yeah, I think I can't remember.
It was Abel, John Ales, Ales. Once again, I butchered the fuck out of names, but his name was Abel. That's who. And so she
And
met.
he
Go ahead.
he threw up so many red flags. So many red flags.
Especially when he came into the bowling alley.
Right?
Yeah, he shows up in the bowling alley and just starts talking to her. And I thought it was funny how they discussed the Finding Nemo movie, where they
Yeah,
talk about
that was a little bit
because
that
they
was a
talk
little bit weird.
yeah, because they talked about how like those types of fish would eat the eggs before they were born. So
Yeah, the clownfish.
the clownfish. And so it was like the twist to Finding Nemo was the fact that Nemo never existed, that the dad ate Nemo. And so the whole fucking movie, he's just trying to, in his own brain, thinking he's trying to find Nemo, but he had fucking ate that motherfucker.
Yeah, and then she just kind of looks at him and she's like,
That's
dark.
dark. Yeah, that's dark. Yes. And so he kind of put that, and that's when he kind of started putting an idea into Cora's head that, hey, I lost my daughter and I got my daughter back. And that's when it kind of starts leading into this whole, what they call it, was it a fucking ritual that they were doing?
Yeah, some sort of she was like a seance or something, and he's like, yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, anything weird, and I'm leaving.
Yep.
And then they crossed weird right away.
Oh, they did. And because when I remember they were out in the parking lot, she came to talk to him about it.
Yeah.
And while you're watching this movie, it's going back and forth from the police lady who is played by her name is Bray, Bray. Bray is played by Jennifer LaFleur, who is Cora's sister. She is like a police
Yeah,
officer.
the police officer
Yes.
interrogating her.
So it goes back and forth, and it's showing you like Cora trying to explain to her what happened and why she's in this jail cell right now being talked to. And
Covered in blood.
yes, covered in blood, and she's just telling her what's happening. So it's her telling the story of what led to the point of where the movie kind of starts off at.
Yeah.
And so she's out in the parking lot, comes up to Abel and wants to know what he's talking about. Well, Abel is basically telling her there's this fucking ritual. And anytime I hear the word ritual, I just assume some devil fucking shit.
And it was
it was
definitely some devil shit.
definitely some devil shit up in there. And it's crazy though, because it went from her talking to him in the cab of his truck to the next fucking scene. She's in her house pulling out chains and salt and candles and all this other shit.
Yes, just like she's like, if anything weird happens, I'm out. And then she's drilling a chain with a clamp for her ankle into the
Yeah,
floor. Next scene, because that's not weird.
yeah. There was nothing. Like as soon as he starts telling her, like, I did this thing, I brought my daughter back. You can do the same thing. And like you said, she's like, better not be nothing weird. Well, damn bitch, you're off buying chains and fucking salt the very next day. Like, what did he tell you in the cab of this truck to just make you think that, oh, this is legit? Let me go out and fucking
Yeah.
screw some chains down to my floor. But yeah, and that's one of the things that kind of that I was kind of like, what the fuck? Like, you didn't give us anything, and now here is Cora fucking getting her house ready for whatever the fuck that's about to do, like chains and
Oh
salt.
yeah.
And what
And
was
she's got this there's this one memory point too. I don't know if it happens before she sets it up or if it's like right in the middle where she goes into Noah's room
oh yeah,
and
and
she has that little vision and stuff.
yeah, where there she remembers them playing like a hide and seek game
Yeah.
upstairs, and she's like visualizing once again. Gentleman Jack, people, I've been drinking for quite a while. And another reason, just a little pause real quick, I was on earlier with the family over at Criminal AF, and we were on there doing a little Discord chat, and I've been drinking
I,
for,
I'm I'm hoping to hop over there once we're done here.
I
So
think they finished it up already. But
oh bummer. All right.
but hey, we hung out there. I was drinking there, so I'm a few drinks in. But so yeah, so just hold on, gentlemen, Jack break.
That's cool. Bud break.
Thank you. But yeah, she has this little memory back. She goes up to his room because she hears a creaking noise. Remember when she's chaining the shit down and she hears a
Yeah.
noise upstairs? Yeah, she goes upstairs and she remembers back to them playing like hide and go seek and stuff like that. And it, God, they move so fast. Like,
I was about to say this movie's very fast paced and it's just like scene, 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 scene.
yes, and there was nothing kind of no giving you a reason why, or and that's one of the things that I just thought it was just moving so quick. It was one
Yeah.
minute she's like didn't know who the fuck this old man Abel was. The next minute you're believing everything he fucking tells you, and you're setting your whole house up to welcome in the fucking devil. I'm assuming, but that part of it was to me was a little like slow the fuck down. Give me a little something.
Well, the name I think we got for the thing, I guess we'll call it, was the Seeker, I guess.
Oh, is that it? The seeker?
I caught it on the second time. I mean, the
Oh,
Abel
okay.
said it at one point. He's like, the Seeker something. I can't even remember what he said, but he called the thing the Seeker.
Oh, okay. I even missed that the second time I watched it. But so once she starts the ritual thing, kind of go into how it flowed from because of, especially like let's get to the part where there's different stages of this thing. And remember
Oh yeah.
the biggest one that kind of stood out to me was the guilt one, the where he basically told her that she's going to feel some guilt. And this is where the seeker shows her exactly what happened. And time out for all you, yeah.
Oh.
So there's going to be spoilers in this. We spoiled
Oh,
the
this
shit out
scene.
of it. So if you haven't seen this movie, reach over there, push fucking pause, watch it, then come on back and see what me and fucking fuckhead here has got to say about it. So we're going to spoil the shit out of it. Just a heads up. So Dylan, go ahead and get into the guilt part to where after, and this is 5 years, 5 years from the time she lost her son to where
Oh,
we're
it's
at right
five
now.
years? See, I
Yes,
missed that
five
the whole
years.
time. I didn't know
Yeah,
it was that long.
yeah, 5 years
Wow.
has
Okay. Wow,
passed.
that makes that so much more.
Yep, 5 years, and now here we are doing this ritual, and now this. Talk to us about the guilt portion to where this the wherever what the fuck you say that thing was called,
The Seeker.
the seeker. Basically, this is part of the process. to apparently bring her son back is to take her through here. So you're going to take us through this guilt portion while I sip on some Gentleman Jack.
So they get to a point where they're in this circle, and Abel says, "Don't leave the circle. If you leave the circle, some bad shit's gonna happen." And bad shit indeed happened. Um I'm pretty sure that's that one. And then Abel gets real fucked up, starts puking up bones and I think hair. And then she leaves the circle, so you see the hand come out of Abel's mouth. He gets all sorts of fucked up, and she's sitting in a corner, and then the seeker comes, and he's this black ghosty
like a fucking ram.
horned.
He had like the horns of like a ram.
Yeah, but he didn't have any eyes. He was really
just the mouth.
I'm a big creature feature dude, and the fact that he looked good,
oh yeah,
I was like, I appreciate the hell out of that. I was like, I like
really
this
good.
movie just for that. Right now, gives it a little bit of a to me.
Yeah, that was
so
really
it
good.
grabs her, and he basically says, "No, you have to do this, and this is gonna suck." And suck indeed it does, because she, and I brought this up I think a little bit too early. You find out that she was passed out on drugs with her boyfriend. He was or her boyfriend or drug dealer, whatever the fuck you want to call him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a asshole.
A piece of shit. Wyatt is his name. Wyatt.
Yeah.
Wyatt
Travis, gets what he deserves.
Travis Hammer plays Wyatt. Travis Hammer. That's his name.
And he's not a piece of shit because he's a bad actor. He did exactly what he needed to.
Yes. He played a piece of shit.
He played a piece of shit, and he was a piece of shit. So you find out her and Wyatt, Cora and Wyatt, are passed out on the couch, and this is when Noah goes out and he goes to play. And he walks around, and you watch this guy snatch him up into a van.
Yep.
And then it cuts to another scene where you actually see Noah escape out of the van. And Cora is made to be physically there watching all of this.
Yep.
She can't be looking away, and she can't interfere with it at all, because if she does, it breaks the rules. What are these rules? No idea. Never actually get told. The only rule I actually remember is don't leave the circle, and she broke the hell out of that one too. So you watch Noah get out of this van, and he's running, and she's at the other side of the road. So it appears that Noah's running to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's screaming, and you see the guy get out of the van, and he catches him, and she starts to lose her mind, and she's like, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do it. And he's like, no, you have to, and you can't break the rules. And then it gets to the next scene, which actually tore my heart out a little bit.
That's a rough one when it gets to the house.
Yeah, you're in this house, and she's forced to watch the man drown Noah in a tub, and you just see his little hand grabbing it, and then it just kind of slips off.
Yeah, you see
like I got 5 kids. That right there is all-time worst nightmare for me.
That was the shitty part because when it gets her to and kudos to Anna Kemp, the part where it shows her kneeling in the highway. That whole scene that whole part where he takes her back to make her know and let her see what happened. That part there to me made me such a big fan of Anna Kemp. Because the part when
he nailed
it. Yes, because when he like ran out the house and it shows her running after him and she's looking at the neighbors going like, what the fuck? Like none of y'all are stopping it. And when it shows her in the middle of the highway and she's kneeling down, and when Noah comes around the backside of that van and she's yelling like run, like you can tell like she is screaming so hard. And of course,
her throat hurt after that scene.
Yeah, because Noah doesn't know she's there. It's letting her see what happened. And this is the guilt portion of this ritual. And so when she's screaming for him to run, and then when the old man snatches him back up again, you're like, fuck. And then when it goes to the house, like when she first gets in, it shows her in the house where you see some raggedy ass mattress on the floor.
Yeah.
You see a little stuffed animal there. And instantly I'm just like, oh, fuck, this is just, because nothing worse than God, especially that old fucking man, you know,
Yeah, you don't know what he did to him
yeah,
before.
yeah, and
Like it doesn't show anything
yeah,
until like the drowning. So like you don't really get any specifics. You're meant to infer.
yeah, your brain's going to run off with this one. You're going to see the nasty mattress. You're going to see the nasty old man, and you're just going to
Yeah,
assume. And this is what Cora is sitting there. The same shit's got to be going through her head. Like here I was, drugged out on a fucking couch with my piece of shit boyfriend, and now
fucking
my
Wyatt.
son Noah, who looked like he might have been what 6, 7, maybe.
I don't know. It
Well,
was
yeah, I don't. I'm not even
maybe
sure.
5. He looked
Maybe.
really
Yeah,
young.
really young. And so, you know, this thing is letting you see what your drug addiction, and now you're sitting here watching, and you've got to be wondering when you see that nasty ass mattress, you see that shit, like
Mm.
what the fuck did this dude do to your child?
On
And
that mattress.
on that mattress in that house, and when you see him being drowned by that guy, like I couldn't imagine at core at that moment what's going through her head because
Oh, murder, violence,
oh,
awful things on this man,
but just
wishing the worst kind of violence on him.
yeah, and it's just that guilt portion, and then when the thing when remember she tried to go kind of grab him, and he pulls her back, the entity or whatever it is, I call him the devil.
It's those rules again.
Yes, he grabbed her and he was like, "This is going to be your last memory of him." Basically, letting her know that you're going to know forever that your last
Oh
memory of your
yeah.
son was being
Oh
drowned by this fucking nasty ass perverted old man. And that whole leading up, that's the part of the whole movie that was kind of like, oh fuck, I couldn't imagine what's going through Cora's fucking head at this time. So,
awful things.
oh my, oh, it's got
I
to
could
be.
tell you I could tell you the things I was mad because I reflect on kid stuff, right? So like instantly I'm like dead, murder. I will track him down. If this
Mm-hmm.
ritual doesn't work out, I at least know what he looks like.
Yes.
Like
And because that's one of the things that kind of I kind of was questioning when it was going on is like, well, where the fuck is this old? Is there ever going to be a part where we catch this old guy? Like, is there ever going to be a part to where they're able to see like bring
yeah,
justice to
justice.
this piece of shit that fucking did this shit? But you never get that. But um,
Yeah, that's one of the things that like it kind of bummed me out about the movie a little bit. Like he never gets Noah doesn't get justice or anything like
yeah,
that.
because once it shows him as the old man who snatches Noah up, that's the last time you see or hear of him. It's just in this one part.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, what the fuck? Like, so, and I guess that's part of the whole thing is it's to leave us all hanging, thinking like, well, this old motherfucker get away with this shit. But so I can see that. So after the guilt thing, they're still going through this ritual, and like
Mm-hmm.
you had talked about the
Oh, it's not over.
no, because then this thing is basically looking for a vessel. You remember the part where it says it basically needs a
Mhm.
vessel,
Yeah.
and get to the part where they bring the fucking billy goat. Remember the little poor old fucking goat?
Remember how we said there was devil shit earlier? Well,
Yes,
they even bring in a goat.
there's a
And
goat
uh Cora drags this goat into her house,
into the
puts it into the
circle,
room,
into the room,
into the circle, and you hear it go bah, and then you hear the fucking seeker,
the
what this
seeker.
demon, rip it apart
Oh
into
yeah,
pieces. He eats that thing, and you know he enjoyed it because there was sounds and
yep,
again that it's one of those they probably didn't have the budget to put that in film, but you're definitely gonna picture
yeah.
some pretty awful shit happening to that goat.
Yeah, poor old goat. Like I say, it was part of the ritual. You had to sacrifice like an animal or whatever, goat, pig, whatever. Well, she had a fucking goat, and it was a family goat. It had to be some emotions next to it. This goat's been around for a while, And you can tell,
Yeah.
like, she's like dragging it through the house, and she drags it into that room, and it's like, there's got to be a part of that old poor goat that knows that, bitch, we never come in the house. What the fuck are we in the house for? Like,
Why
this
are we?
poor goat.
I'm not allowed in the house.
Yeah, like, damn it, why am I in the house right now? He's got to know that this is not normal and bad shit's coming. And like you said,
Oh, he.
drags him into the room and shuts the door for the seeker, part of the ritual. And he like, Billy Goat is done. Billy Goat is fucked up.
Billy Goat does get fucked up. And it's like, and see, and the kills in this movie aren't, and there haven't really even been any kills up to this point except for poor Noah. But you don't really get to see them. It's more like you kind of just gotta envision it. I think that's the word.
Oh shit, I don't know. We'll go with it. It sounds good to me. I'll buy it for a dollar. Fuck it.
Fair enough. And then as soon as the Billy Goat gets eaten, the ritual is going to continue. And Abel comes back after he gets the last time we saw him, he gets dragged away into another room. And then you hear him scream, and then he's gone. And then he's back in there in this field of plains.
Fucking wheat field or something.
Yeah, they like went to another dimension somewhere. Yeah. And Abel's like, give me the plate. And again, I told the red flags all over the place with this guy.
Yeah, like when they first showed up in the wheat field, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then
I thought she died.
I did too. But then you see Abel and Cora, and they come to this little table. And what basically it comes down to is there's this raw meat, which is apparently the goat that the fucking the demon.
Poor Billy Goat.
Poor Billy Goat. She has to eat like fresh cuts of meat off this goat, which would be like which is going to bring Noah back.
And so, you gotta consume the flesh to give flesh to Noah or something like that.
Yep. So she has to eat these 3 pieces of goat, and this whole little scene here kind of what ties it together. And
this kind of like brings it around a little bit.
Yeah, because you realize that Abel wasn't trying to be all that helpful. Abel was just trying to hand off the load to somebody else.
Oh yeah, he was definitely passing the burden.
Yes, exactly, because this thing of bringing somebody back from the dead, yes, it's possible because Abel gets his daughter back, but he also has to hand this thing off to somebody else to continue this process of whatever the fuck it was.
That had been going on for millennia.
Yeah,
apparently.
forever. So he has to hand this off now to Cora to basically now she's going to be the one that has to find somebody grieving and get them to go through this whole same ritual once again.
Yeah, it can't be any old person. You find out it's got to be a broken soul.
Yeah, a broken soul.
Can't be some friggin' random blow Joe off the street. Yeah. Which would have been real convenient.
Oh, too easy for that. Because that's what she tried to fucking do when she brought fucking Wyatt in.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about that.
Because the whole scene with her and Abel out in the wheat field went south. Because there was a part, remember, she had to drink the blood.
And she choked down the meat, but she couldn't do the blood.
She couldn't handle the blood. And when she spit it out, Noah was kind of like screaming, "No, you've messed it all up." Abel, I mean, fuck. Noah's the fucking kid. My bad. Abel was like yelling like, "Oh, you messed it up." Well, and this is when you find out that Abel was just trying, like you said, pass the buck off the herd.
Yeah, he was grooming her, is what she said. You've been grooming me.
Yeah, that's the word. And he was just trying to get her ready to take over what he was doing. And so when she didn't drink that blood, it basically ended it for him. Abel was done and over,
Yeah.
And then when she pops back to the normal time, well, now she's done fucked up the whole process. Because now the devil dude.
Yeah, the seeker is not happy.
Not happy. Bitch, you done fucking fucked up the rules. And so
those rules, those pesky rules.
Yeah, the fucking rules always get you. Because it was and that's when she was wanting her son back. And remember the seeker came to her and go into the part where he basically tells her like he needs a vessel, like he's
Oh
got to
yeah,
have a vessel.
he literally tells her, he's like, oh, if you don't do this, your son is gonna suffer forever until the end of time, and I'm gonna
Yep.
make damn sure of it. She's like, you can't. He's like, yeah, I can.
Yep.
And then he goes, I need a vessel. And she goes, I'll get you someone. I'll get you someone. I'll get you someone right now. And who does she call? But the good
Fucking
old
Wyatt.
faithful Wyatt. And she says, can you score?
Yep.
So Wyatt comes on over, and he's actually like, when you see Wyatt through the movie, he looks awful.
He's like some of that South Carolina trailer park trash that I grew up around back in the day. Just
Yeah.
just raggedy as fuck looking, just piece of shit.
Like if you got a bad neighborhood in your town and there's a crackhead that you like know and they look like that's Wyatt.
Yeah, Wyatt is that guy. Yep.
Wyatt is that guy. So she calls Wyatt over, and when Wyatt comes over to the house, he's actually looking great.
Mm-hmm.
He's all spiffed up. He's got a well, not necessarily a nice shirt on, but he doesn't look all greasy. And he walks in the house and he goes, "Bitch, I got the drugs. Why are you still wearing clothes? This
Yeah.
isn't free."
He wanted a little pussy to in
So
place to for the drugs. He wanted his little pussy fix.
yeah, he wanted to get his carrot peeled.
Yep.
He thought he was going to be slick. And turns out he got double crossed because almost instantly after he says that, the Seeker grabs him
Mm-hmm.
and is like, oh, this isn't a proper soul. He's tainted. And I'm
Yep.
assuming it's because he's a piece of shit. He's not
And
actually broken.
that part made me wonder because remember when Abel earlier on when this whole ritual thing kicked off, he made her take the little like salt bath, and he was basically like, "This is you washing off all the impurities and doing all this shit."
Oh,
So I'm wondering if Abel was basically was about to make her the new vessel. That's what he was leaning toward when he had her do the
yeah.
salt bath, and he said, "Wash off all the impurities," and the fact that little drug addict Wyatt shows up, just and he just as
All
soon as he
impure and
grabs,
not salt
yes,
bathed up.
yeah, maybe and that's what I thought, maybe that he was just like, oh, maybe Abel was just wanting you to salt bath up because he was gonna fucking hand you over as the next vessel, and so that was where the whole and then fucking Devil Dude was not happy with fucking Wyatt at all.
No, and he doesn't really even take it out on Cora. He takes it out on Wyatt.
He fucks Wyatt up, especially when he's like, Cora, remember, runs into that little room and shuts the door.
Yeah, she locks it.
Yeah,
And it's like a double door, so it opens like this,
yeah.
right? So then all you hear is bang and the doors smash in, and then bang and the doors smash in again,
And
and
that's where
then
she's calling the police. She's finally calling 911 now.
yeah, finally,
Finally.
now
And it's
after
funny
all of this has happened,
because the Seeker is literally using Wyatt as a fucking a hammer to beat that door
yeah,
open. He's just fucking
yeah, that's what
beating the door in.
the banging is, because the third or fourth bang, you see Wyatt's head come right through the
Yep.
door.
And that's where the movie, like in the beginning, it shows you like Cora in the jail cell covered in blood. But then
Yeah,
now we have reached that part in the movie to where this is why she is in the jail cell covered in blood, because she
yeah, it's
called
Wyatt's
911.
blood.
Yeah, Wyatt's blood and whatever else that went on that a part of this ritual thing. So she's there with her sister in the jail cell telling her all this. Well, the sister don't know what to think because she just assumes Sister Cora's back on the fucking meth
Yeah,
again.
yeah, she starts berating her, being like, "You put all the chemicals in your body that you possibly can."
Yep. And then remember, she sends her to like, hey, we're going to get you a shower, get you cleaned up. Then we'll figure this all out.
Yeah,
Well, the funny part to me was whenever I guess like the deputy or whatever to the sheriff was trying to get Cora to the jail cell, she kind of butted heads with her, and like you can tell they didn't like each
Yeah.
other. And
Oh, they
then,
hated each other.
oh, definitely. And then Bray, the sister, was like, "Oh, I got her." And as he's walking off to the shower with her, Cora gives her the finger, like "fuck you, deputy," like she's somebody special. And
Yeah,
then,
like I'm the cop's sister.
yeah,
You.
no, you can't touch me. I'm the cop sister. Well, then it gets you to the point where they put Cora is now in the jail cell, waiting for the sister to kind of figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, the sister's going to mom's house at this point,
Yep, the
which
sister's
is where
going.
Cora lives.
Yes, she's going to go to the house because Cora has told her all of this story of how she met Abel and how Abel told her that he could bring her son
Noah
back,
back.
Noah, because there was proof that you see eventually that Abel got his daughter back. There was proof that they find.
And they
So,
they had moved away to Boston because,
yes,
well, obviously, and you find out that Abel's daughter had died and been pulled out of like a creek or something.
yep,
So they had a physical body,
yep,
but Abel also still got his daughter back somehow. It's complicated.
yep. The ritual works apparently, but so this whole movie leads up to this. So now the sister has basically told Cora, "We got to put you in the jail until I figure this shit out." Well,
Yeah.
sister Bray is going to the house now to kind of look and try to figure out what went down at this house. Now, while this is going on, it's like two things going on at once. You got sister going
Yeah.
to the house, and then you got the seeker coming to find old Cora in the fucking jail cell. Talk to
Yeah,
us
he's
about the
talking
part.
to her in her head.
Yeah, but hit the part about where remember when she was yelling for help and the fucking cop shows up and the cop kind of gives her the like "fuck you" back
Yeah. Oh shit.
because she was in a jail cell, remember? And then the light started flickering.
Yeah, and she calls for the cop, and the
Yeah,
cop comes, and the cop flips her off, and then the cop like turns the lights off.
yep, because she was asking the cop for help. The same
Yeah,
deputy she flipped off earlier is like, "Fuck you, I'm the sister's, I'm the
yeah,
cop's
same
sister."
one that she butted heads with.
Yeah, and so as she's asking her for help, like, "I can't be here by myself. Please help me." And the cop basically gives her the finger, like "fuck you," the same way you did me earlier, and walks away.
Yeah,
And so then we got the seeker talking to Cora. The seeker's still not happy because, damn it, bitch, we had a deal.
yeah, we
Like,
had an accord, and you failed.
yes, you were going to get me a vessel. I don't understand what the whole vessel thing was about. It don't really go into it. But
I think the
apparently,
vessel is just like carrying him into the next, like what Abel did for
oh yeah,
him to Cora.
I think that's it. Yep. Yep. He was looking for that next person to the same way Abel did, like you said, Abel did Cora. So
Yeah,
as he's talking to Cora, the sister Bray is in the house, and she's looking that one room where she had the little ritual all set up, and she's
yeah,
looking at things. Well, then she starts hearing a noise upstairs. And at the same time, remember the when this is going on, it's flashing back and forth. And the
yeah,
seeker's talking to fucking Cora. And talk to
and
us about how this thing kind of gets us to the end of it.
so Seeker's talking to Cora, and he's like, "Listen, we can still do this. You just let me in, and if you do that, I'll give you Noah. Listen, he's calling for you." And all these children playing start playing in her ears, and you see Cora kind of just light up with a smile sitting there. And then we cut back to the cop in the house, and she opens up the closet door, I think,
Yeah, she
of
hears
the
a
kid's
noise. She
room.
hears a noise upstairs.
Yeah.
And that's what sends her upstairs to Noah's room.
Yeah, and like the flashback we talked about earlier, where Noah came out of the closet when they were playing hide and go seek or whatever. Uh, Bray, the cop, opens the door, and Noah's in the closet.
Yes. And the crazy part was that, like, as soon as, remember earlier on when she was playing hide and seek, she made that little comment like something like "Peekaboo, I see you, I got you, Mr. Magoo."
Yeah,
Yeah. And so as the Seeker's talking to Cora in the jail cell, basically saying, you are going to be my vessel now. You have to be willing to be my vessel to let your son Noah come back. And as soon as she says that little line about I see you, Mr. Magoo, Sister Bray opens the closet door and fucking Noah is standing there. And the crazy part is how they showed her with just one little red Converse shoe on. Because earlier in the movie, remember, they found one shoe.
Yeah. Only one shoe. That's the only thing they ever found.
Yeah, just that one red Converse shoe, which I think had to come off in that struggle with the old man when he was running away from the van and the old man snatched him up.
100%.
I took that as the part where his little red shoe came off, and that's the shoe they found. Well, then Bray opens the door. There is fucking Noah standing there with one shoe. Bray drops the little flashlight, and then it's like credits roll.
Like, yeah, that's it. Bam. That's it. That's all we get.
Yeah, like it's just like there you go. So that's pretty much how. And like I said, we told you in the beginning, earlier on, there were spoilers. So fuck you.
Oh, tons of spoilers.
Oh yeah, but how did you take the story, the overall storyline? What do you think of it?
Well, I didn't much care about, like, a lot of the character relationships were hard to get into because, like you said earlier, the movie it was very fast paced.
Yes,
it was hard to connect with everything. Like, even saying earlier, like, I got 5 kids and I try and connect to this. It was really hard to just like stay in the movie a little bit because it was I feel like so many things were cut out of the movie that shouldn't have been,
I agree with that one. It did move super fast, I like the overall
I like the premise of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That, I like the kind of the idea where they were going. I like the idea of, like, a parent loses a child, which I can't even, like I said, I can't even comprehend that. I've never been in that position. I cannot comprehend where a parent's mind would go in a situation like that.
Worst nightmare.
Yes, worst nightmare it has to be. And in the movie, thinking to yourself, like, how far would a parent go to have them back? And I don't think there is a limit. Any parent would go to the ends of the world if they could bring them back. And this is kind of what this does, is it shows you what a mom or a parent's willing to do to just not even have anything to do with that child. Like, there was no guarantee that her and Noah were going to be together. It was just the fact of knowing that her son was back and Noah could live his life. I like that part of it. Let's talk about the cast. What was your opinion on the cast as far as all the ones we had talked about?
Well, I really liked the her name was Anna, you said? The actress
Camp.
that played Cora?
Anna Camp, yep.
Anna Camp, I really liked her. She did a really great job.
Yep.
Obviously, the little actor that played Noah didn't really get much action.
Yeah. He didn't get many kudos.
Abel also, I think, did a pretty good job, although I feel like his character was written weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like a few of his little freak out moments were like, it kind of sounded forced, almost. Mm-hmm. So I guess Abel was like the weakest cast member to me. Everyone else did really well, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was a fan of Anna Camp. Like I said, I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm a fan of Pitch Perfect. I enjoyed those movies. I can sing along. It ain't pretty, but I'll fucking sing along. I liked her, and it was nice seeing her in this role, because when I first seen it, I was like, holy fuck, I recognize her. And so it was good seeing her in something other than, the little cheesy Pitch Perfect. And she
happy-go-lucky chick flick.
Yeah, and I was extremely impressed when it got to the guilt portion that we talked about earlier, where she was like, he was taking her back and letting her see, like, this is what your drug use, this is what you did, and letting her, and that whole part where she's like screaming for Noah, all that was so good. I'm the same way with Abel. Abel he had his moments where I was kind of like, why the fuck are you freaking out right now? And I get that's the part he had to play.
Yeah, and I think those are like the red flags and stuff,
Yeah,
like all of his little tiny freakouts, but like just his acting in general, I don't know. It just as not that he did a bad job, just weakest in the movie,
yeah.
I guess.
I get you. I get you. I was a fan of the sister. There's a part in the movie where the sister and Wyatt have a little headbutt in the trailer park.
Oh, that's a great. I
Yeah.
love that
And it is
scene.
so good when he's like talking all this mad shit, and then Bray comes up there, like pulls the gun on him, and he like buckles like the little bitch that he is.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
he's like, oh no.
yeah, and so that was I like Bray. She was really good, but like I said, overall,
There
I
was
like
there was another scene I really liked from her too, but this is we find out that she's a lesbian.
yeah,
She likes girls, and she's in bed with this woman,
yep.
and she basically looks over at her. She goes, "You need to leave."
Oh yeah, yeah. Like your time is done. You've done what you needed to. Get out now.
I have already called your Uber. They are waiting.
Yeah, the Uber will be here in a minute. Just wait on the porch. They'll be here to get you soon. But yeah, that was definitely a good part there. But overall, like I said, the cast, everything. So, like I said, we rate this on whether or not we would fuck it, marry it, or kill it. So, Dylan, we're going to send it to you. What is your overall on this one? What is your rating of this from Black?
Well, I'm not gonna marry it, but I'm gonna fuck it.
Yep.
I'll fuck it. It's gonna be a casual one. I'll call up every once in a while, one of those if I get the feeling, or like if my wife ever actually gets a chance to watch it with me,
Yep.
I'll make her watch it because I know she'd probably like it.
Yep. I'm going to be. I agree with you on this one. It is a fuck for me. It is one of those that I enjoyed it, and it's some of this. Yes, it was rushed. Yes, I felt like they just kind of sped through some shit without giving some stuff, but it was enjoyable, and I could
Yeah.
definitely see myself, like you said, on a night just sitting around, just like any other. The way I rate the fuck is like a booty call. We sitting around one night with nothing to do, can't find nothing to watch, can't and fuck it. We're gonna ring up old this movie
Oh,
here. And we're
from
gonna
Black.
from Black. We're gonna pop it in and we're gonna get our fix on for the night. So yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. It's a fuck for me also. So that is it from me and the official OG fuckhead Dylan on the 2023 Shudder original from Black. Two fucks.
Two
But
fucks.
two fucks. But like I tell you all the time, don't just take what we say here and don't come across this and I don't know if I want to watch it or not. I tell everybody go watch this, a horror movie. I will watch any horror movie. I have made my way through some shitty ones, but it's
Oh
just
yeah.
but it's horror and I love watching them. And so I'm telling you, go watch this movie. Whether or not if we would have liked it or not, I would still tell you to go watch it. Let us know how you feel about it. Would you fuck it, marry, or kill it? Give us your opinions on it. But
In the comments.
yeah, in the comments, please, by all means. And I didn't cover this in the beginning, but we are on all the normal podcast websites. I'm on Google, Apple, Spotify, Podbean, so you can find us there. I'm also on social media as far as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's all under Fright Flick F.M.K. So you can like, subscribe, follow, comment. If you don't like it, I got thick skin. Fucking tell me you don't like it. I really don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna be on here next week doing the same fucking shit. So, fuck you. But
Yeah.
hey,
Fuck you.
yeah, thank you. I got my fuck kid, got my back. See? But hey, I definitely appreciate you coming on here tonight, Dylan, and doing this with me. It makes it easier when there's like a one-on-one back and forth. We're just kind of shooting the shit about a horror movie.
I'm honored.
Yeah, so I definitely appreciate it. Next week, though, listen here, all you fuck kids out there, because if you listen to this show, you're a fuck kid. But next week, we're going to cover the controversial, that's how I say that, controversial? Yeah.
Yeah.
A Serbian film. As you can see, I have it in the background right here. I am a fan of the Serbian film. We're going to cover that one. I know there's so much behind it. People hate it. People talk, I got it. But
Oh, it's so diverse. Like it's right down the middle too. You either hate it or you love it.
You hate it or you love it. But next week we're going to get into the Serbian film. So if you want to watch it, and if you're out there and you watch horror and you follow horror, you've heard of this movie. You know all the shit behind it. You know all the shit that's talked about it. Well, we're going to go watch it this week. We're going to check it out. And then next week, we're going to dive into this thing. We're going to give you our opinion. We're going to talk about it. We're going to spoil the shit out of it. So that's for next week. So this is your homework assignment. You know, next week we're covering it.
Go home and watch Serbian film.
Yeah, go track it down. It's not fucking hard to find. You know, fedupmovies.com. That's where I'm going to watch it at. So check it out. Be here next week when we talk about a Serbian film. But like I said, I appreciate you all coming along for the ride tonight. I appreciate you, Dylan, for taking the time out. I know you're a busy guy. You got, wife, you got kids. I got it. And I appreciate you taking the time to come on here, brother, and shoot the shit with me tonight. I definitely appreciate it.
Oh man, I'll give you guys hours worth of my time every week if that's what it takes.
Hey man,
I can find that somewhere, I guess.
Hey, I definitely appreciate it. And so we're gonna wrap this thing up for tonight. Like I said, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Fright Flick Fuck Marry Kill. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe. Go look for us on all the social media sites. We're there. Let us know your opinion of this movie. Let us know how you would rate it. Fuck it, marry it, or kill it. Anything else, Dylan? Let us know where we can find you on social media. If anybody wants to hit you up.
Oh, geez. Sim Comics on TikTok, Instagram. You'll find me on there. I also got a Facebook page I run. It's super, super tiny. It's called Fandom United. It's all kinds of nerdy stuff. I'm not just about horror. I'm a big comic nerd. It's kind of sad sometimes, but yeah, Sim Comics, if you want to follow me, I'd love and appreciate it.
Hey, by all means, go out and give my official OG fuckhead a follow. And hey, once again, Dylan, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you for being here. Thank you for talking with me, shooting the shit. We're gonna be right back here.
Me.
Yeah, right back here next week, Serbian film. But like I said, let us know in the comments on this movie, From Black. Would you fuck it, marry it, or kill it? But no matter what, no matter if you'd fuck it, marry it, or kill it, always remember the wise words from Randy from Scream.
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie.